Alright everyone, so I just aimed a little bitterness at Bredesen and some of the, like the globalist Democrats, and in all honesty, some of the Republicans, or rhino-cons we could call them as well. But we need to talk more directly about the GOP and how fucking stupid they are as a party. The Republican Party is just so fucking stupid. For those that aren't aware, yeah, I'm not a Republican or a conservative, so, I mean, when they're doing stupid shit, I'm gonna call them out. People think I'm like some Trump bot populist or something. It's like, yeah, I agree with Trump on border issues, and, like, I don't like gun control and high taxes. Doesn't make me a Republican, because I also don't care if you're gay or get an abortion. So, yeah, I don't feel quite 100% at home with people like maybe a Mitch McConnell, a Paul Ryan. Rand Paul's okay. I like him. He's better than anyone else in the Senate. It's raining, so bottoms up. You're going to need plenty of caffeine today, especially with the Marine Le Pen story, how fucking dystopian that is. We got to talk about the border issue, which is that the Republicans, I think people are beginning to surmise, at least some Trump fans are, and I happen to agree, the Republicans are attempting to lose the midterms in order to have plausible deniability on the border crisis so that they don't have to fund Trump's wall. I literally think that especially the Senate Republicans are doing that. Now, the House Republicans, less so. They've already agreed to appropriate, part of the wall spending and stuff. They're working with Trump, quite handily. The Senate, not so much. It looks like McConnell and some of his ilk, they simply want to delay the issue so that they can lose the Senate and then they don't have to worry about it. Like they're trying to stab Trump in the back. I don't know, by the way, how well that's going to work. The Republican Party is known for doing things like this. In 2016, they win the presidency, they win a bunch of state houses, the state legislatures and governor's seats. They have control of the House, they have control of the Senate. Everything's going along fine. The first thing they do is screw the ACA. They repeal the mandate. That was good. That was, by the way, a Trump campaign promise fulfilled. Saved me a couple grand in taxes. I'm happy about that, but otherwise, like Ryan Care was an abortion of an idea. Think about it, eh? We're not going to, penalize you for not having health care. But if you have health care and then suddenly can't afford it and cancel it, you're going to have to pay part of that rate to a fucking private firm for several years. Because we care more about corporations than actual people. Because Paul Ryan's part of the school of idiot twit Mitt Romney. That's basically what it comes down to. And Mitch McConnell's just fucking turtle man. The only thing that Mitch McConnell has done that was good in the last several years was decide to cancel August recess, which was basically just a smack in the face of the Democratic partisans that's utterly meaningless. Look, if the Republicans retain the House and Senate, it'll be because of Trump. It won't be because of idiots like Mitch McConnell. Look at what they're doing. They are literally trying to antagonize Trump's fans. That's half your party. Are you fucking nuts? How many drug... I guess the Republican Party is definitely off board with the drug war, because you're definitely on some severe substances if you think that this is a good maneuver to pull. Now, I think it's going to cripple the Republicans. They'll probably lose the House because of this. Yes, I now think there's better than a 50-50 chance the Republicans lose the House. Senate, it still looks rosy for them. I think they still gain 2 or 3 Senate seats. Democrats don't win the midterms, but they're endangering their ability to actually directly govern. Trump will be above it. He'll get another Supreme Court justice, and he'll probably have more support in the Senate. He'll be sitting pretty. He'll still probably win 2020. He'll say, look, my own party are the ones obstructing me. Maybe he changes party and says, okay, if you're not going to work with me, I'll become a Democrat. Fuck you. I think that would be the most amazing thing ever. I hope he does. I hope that, here's advice to Donald Trump. Start mumbling about the possibility of switching parties and see what the Senate Republicans do. How fast they shut up. How fast Mitch McConnell is voted out as their leader. Every nonpartisan that voted for Trump, we'd probably think it was hilarious. Or Trump should just say, okay, I'm an independent now. Fuck you people. Yeah, I'll work with you. I'm going to work across the aisle, but you got to give me something. I was elected for a reason, so shut the fuck up and get to work. That's what he should be. He should use even more body language. He shouldn't just call people losers. He should be pulling out the B word and the C word and stuff like that. That would be really cool. Then we'd have a total circus of a presidency. I don't blame him. Like when people call Trump unhinged, how angry would you be? You get elected by the voters and then you're strangled by your own political party. It's like normally you're strangled by the other, like Obama. When the Democrats control things for the first 2 fucking years and he doesn't do anything. He had carte blanche. He could have done whatever he wanted. He decided that what he wanted to do was eat pineapples, go golfing, and make some state visits to Western Europe, where we didn't need to make state visits because they're already our friends. while avoiding, conspicuously Putin or Jinping or the Korean issue or any of the things that Trump is trying to tackle because he's really good on foreign policy. It's what Obama was all about. It was really funny. He had carte blanche, and then the Republicans take control of the House and the Senate. So he can't do anything anymore other than somehow pass the ACA. I'm still not sure how it worked. So that was funny. He got strangled by the Republicans. Trump is too. It's like the Republicans have become the obstructionist party. The Democrats can't be because they're not in control. The Republicans don't want the border wall, though. Here's the big secret. The neocon Republicans want lots of illegal immigration because they see that as slave labor. The corporations love it. Look, Goldman Sachs loves illegal immigration. There are two reasons why they oppose it. Number one, all of their U.S. corporations want slaves. Number two, all of the globalists are afraid that the U.S. economy will start to shudder and falter and fall away if we engage in populism, because they're like, well, if you shake up the status quo, it could mean bad things. Trump's already proving him wrong, which is why they're trying to stop him. Because he's already repealing basically the whole status quo, and things are going well. You see, the problem is that makes the globalists nervous because things haven't been going so well under globalism now, haven't they? Under Bush and Obama, the two truly globalistic presidents, you can throw Clinton and Herbert Walker in there too, to some extent. Really, though, it's in the wake of 9/11, we got full-blown world globalism in the West. Things have been, the economic growth slowed. You have a major recession because of overt interventionism. You have governments throwing free money at corporations, magically disappears, never gets paid back. They claim that it was. I'm sorry, I don't fully believe that. Pentagon losing constant money, proxy wars, craziness and instability in the last, basically 2 decades of full-blown economic globalism. Trump is seeking to revert things to the way they were basically in the 90s. He's not far out there. His immigration proposals are the same that were made by Obama and W and every other president in recent history. The only difference between Trump and Bill Clinton on this issue is Trump is actually attempting to appropriate the money and get it done. That is, he's not just full of hot air, he's actually attempting to do it. That really, really scares the corporations because they know, wow, border wall being built. Man, that'll slow down the movement of the slaves that we rely on because we want to exploit people and make cheap shit that we can sell at lower prices. Because of economic globalism, this is actually important to do. Because China, a massive exporter, it employs slaves. Some 10-year-old made your Nike shoes. Your Crapple products are made by little kids that should be in elementary school. Because China it's a human rights abuse. It doesn't care about the little people there. They're like, poor people? We got hundreds of millions of them. They're totally expendable. We can work them to death. If they die, well, one less mouth to feed with a lack of rice surplus. We don't fucking care. Breathe coal, kids. Here's your 10 cents a day for working in a sweatshop from a U.S. firm that somehow doesn't even have to pay taxes on it. That's globalism. Globalism is world tyranny. Total slavery. We see this in the EU. What's happening? It's the same fucking shit, except the migrants are coming from a different continent. It's the only difference. It's almost like the U.S. foreign policy is helping the EU's economy by reabsorbing a bunch of people who are willing to work for half the price that a Western European will. Which is why, the UK wants more like immigrants from parts of the Commonwealth and stuff. It's the same economic game. It's not populism. UKIP's not a populist party. It just happens to be it's basically. I hate to say it. I like Nigel Farage. I think he's got his heart in the right place. Parts of UKIP's platform are decent, and it's certainly better than the status quo there. But they're a little bit like the FSA now, aren't they? It's not a lack of abuse, it's just the nationalization of abuse. It's, hey, this post-national authority is we're not going to be in control of it. Fuck you, we want to abuse our own people. That's really what it boils down. I hate to say it. The sort of vague nativism of UKIP is not a populist platform at all. Oh, we care about the working class. Well, no, they're basically the same as the Tories. They're just Eurosceptic Tories. That's the only difference. Now, here in the United States, Trump is a mild reformer. And that mild reform is seen as drastic because the corporate media, which is controlled by the globalists, lies to people and says it is. So the Republicans, I'm not surprised, are seeking to avoid this issue. They don't want a border wall. Mitch McConnell doesn't want to see border security. The Republicans talk about it during elections and do nothing. It's sort of like the Democrats when they talk about gun crime or the inner city. Oh, yeah, we care about black voters more than the Republicans do. No, you don't. You talk a big game and then you do nothing. Trump talked a big game and is trying to do things. that scares these people. It scares, don't give the Republicans a pass. They are your enemy as much as the Democrats. When people say vote straight R, it's like, that's not going to help Trump. Look, the obstruction's coming from within his own fucking political party. He should turn himself into an independent right now, for all it's worth. Then we can see how the two-party structure is really a one-party monopoly. That's about all. Peace out.